So just allow yourself to come to your position of rest, position of sitting or kneeling. You can use a chair by all means or a cushion, several cushions. And just take or allow the body weight, once your bottom's met the surface, to lean forwards a touch so that we can settle the sit bones back or invite the sit bones back a little. You can actively wriggle them if you want, or you can just kind of feel the dropping into the pelvis. And then very, very slowly come to what feels for you like upright. If you want to rock a little forwards and back to feel the play of weight, or a little side to side, or a bit of both. Just to take your seat. Feel the support from beneath. Maybe take some conscious, settled breaths. Can almost direct that down through the body, through the roots and the heels of the sit bones, into the surface you're on, or through the surface you're on. And that sense of being supported or cradled from underneath. You can then play with the sense of balance above, the kind of fine tuning of your upper body in relation to ground. So a sense perhaps of soft unfolding through the spine, or soft lengthening. It's not rigid, it's not held, but there is a quality of engagement, if you like. Notice if you're kind of being heavy-handed with that. If you're just pulling up, you might unseat yourself. So can you almost allow the pelvis to settle and the rib cage to rise, as if the lengthening's coming from the middle body, the sides of the waist, the lumbar back. Soft length to the abdominal wall without any overt tension there. A big tone to keep us upright, but it needn't be a clench in any way, shape or form. And just check that you're still free enough to breathe in the lower body. There's a kind of quality of ease to the sides of the waist, perhaps a feeling of the breath moving through the abdomen. Might be more towards the kind of back line of the abdomen sometimes, which is no bad thing. You're not trying to push the tummy out or anything like that. Just keep it relaxed and feeling. And with that soft vertical rising of the spine, can you let the shoulders settle, almost as if they drop away from the sides of the neck? The hands can simply rest where they land. Might be your knees, which is probably the most stable, or you could settle them in your lap if you want. Just pay a little bit of attention to that feeling. A kind of lift through the center and the drop of the shoulders. You can imagine the shoulder blades gliding a little down the back. After perhaps a soft sense of the openness through the spine behind the heart as that becomes the throat. If you need a kind of soft yawn or want to swallow, just feel into the throat a little. Maybe the chin descends a fraction, back of the neck softly releases. Without doing as such, kind of feeling into and allowing. Maybe that creates a little bit of sensation, neck or shoulders or somewhere else. Perhaps even as we're settling in, you want to slightly play or pop the head a little. Tilt it one way or the other, or turn it gently. Half an inch one way and a smidgen the other. It's a technical term, smidgen. Let the jaw relax. Almost as if the upper jaw lets go the lower. The cathedral roof of the mouth rises up. Teeth can be apart, perhaps lips together, or if you want the mouth slightly open to breathe a little, you can, or to soften the breath. Relax around the face, particularly the mask of the eyes and the eyes themselves. So there's a sense of sensation in the body that the words have kind of guided you to. And perhaps you can relax into that. You can feel that play of sensation you call your being, your body, your aliveness. We kind of conceptually know it's there, but we can prove that to ourselves by feeling it. And although we're affecting a quality of apparent stillness, there's very much an aliveness of sensation and feeling. Which makes the idea of stillness very relative. It might appear still to an observer, but you can feel the sensation and movement, the subtle play of feeling and attention. The constant aliveness in the body is apparent to us, not least in the breath, but other movements and rhythms. Other touches of awareness, heartbeat and pulse. Even the play of sensation, the movement of air if the window's open, or the flow of breath against the nostrils, or the movement in the abdomen or the ribs, or wherever else we feel. So within that play of sensation, can we relax? We can even relax in the kind of inquiry of it, the activity of feeling. We can be conscious of it going on without kind of actively stirring the pot. And then let that relaxation begin to turn a little more to feeling the breath, allowing the sense of play and flow in the breath. And again, it needn't be a heavy-handed awareness or a directing of how you should be or where you should feel. You can let it play and simply be lightly aware of it. And then you may also, even as the breath plays and your awareness lingers or covers, as you're conscious of that movement, you may even be aware of the fact that you're aware, or indeed the way the mind plays. It's perhaps judging or labeling or reeling off into different directions, trying to recall what it should do, or picking at something that's happened yesterday. Or maybe it's jumping a little to what's going to happen for the rest of your day. Or as I say, maybe it's abstracting about what we're doing. So even as the mind comes to a quality of stillness, even as the body comes to a quality of stillness, and there's movement and play, can you allow the kind of play of your consciousness, the stirring of thought or impression, however that comes to you, verbally or with images or feelings, not to phase you any more than the flow of breath needs to phase us, or the play of external sound, or the stir of sensation in the body. We can let it all go on with that quality of stillness. It's not even as if we're a watcher, we're in it, we are it. This is our practice. So the play of the body in its various forms, and the play of mind in its various forms. So you can allow the body and the mind to become very quiet. We can let go of the need to hang on to or indulge in internal dialogues, reminders, any other kind of mental noise. Just as we can let go of external noise. In a way, we don't even need instructions. We can just let be, allow room and space. There's nothing to remember. There's not even a real need to monitor what's happening. Things keep cycling on. Breathing, sensations, thoughts. But pay them no attention. Give them no weight. They're almost just there in the background of the consciousness or mind or felt sense. They can just murmur away like a radio you've forgotten to turn off in the other room, or the chuntering of the neighbours through the wall. You've no interest in it, but you've given yourself permission to let it play on. And there's no need to urge it or push it away, or to attract anything in particular to you, or any particular quality or state to be in. Just let go the urge to understand or interpret. Just be with what the kind of present offers us. Each moment of feeling, sensing, or being. You can just let be. The felt sense, the mind sense, the hearing sense, and so on could just unfold like petals unfurling. Perhaps you can physically relax a little more. Jaw or shoulders, temples. Maybe the body's got a little impulse to move. You can either ignore or soften into, or honor it if you need to. And mindfully shift and then come back in. No rules, no way we should be. Just sensing or feeling or being with. We can sink more deeply into the relaxation and then allow it to open up. Like sunshine dispersing mist. Kind of light of awareness and a flow of feeling. And the calmness of relaxation, body and mind. Space, light, and ease.